What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's happening with the overall market and talk about why tomorrow is going to be a very important day. I want to give you guys a quick warning about tomorrow since we have important data coming up before the market opens. I'm going to break down how this could affect the markets. But before I break down Apple's information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon in just a couple of weeks. Anyways, now I just wanted to break down how things are going. So when it comes to Tesla, we have this resistance at this 180 area, and we have support all the way down here around 173. And we've been going back and forth, but between supply and demand. So as you guys can see, it's been back and forth, going back and forth for quite some time. Now, with this happening, I just want to make it very clear that Tesla is still range bound. There's not really a whole lot going on with this. However, when it comes to the overall market, I did see something very similar developing for today intraday. We did see SPY dip a bit only to get bought back up, and now it's just shuffling between a range. And I think that this range will determine where we go for tomorrow. So I will elaborate on this in just a minute. First, let's just talk about this. Tomorrow is going to be Friday. An hour before the market opens, we have the unemployment data coming out. So the unemployment rate is going to be very important. Manufacturing payrolls, governmental payrolls, and lots of wholesale data. What is so important about this data? It gives us a good understanding of how the economy is looking, how is the employment sector looking, how is the labor market looking, and are we going to see another softening that affects the Fed's policies? So all of this data affects the Fed's policies. They're looking for a softening of the labor market. That's going to have effect on inflationary data. And we'll have to wait and see how things end up looking. Now, this is going to be key for the markets, so it's going to cause a big move tomorrow, in my opinion, before the market opens. So if you're holding anything overnight, be very, very wary of this. We don't know what's going to happen depending on the data, so we will give it some time. So on SPY, let me just call this out real quick. I told everyone that we had this range between 534 and 535. If we lost 534, I was talking about this support right here at the 20 EMA at 533 to be tested, then 532.5. We came just a little bit above that before trying to bounce back up. So we're still kind of range bound on SPY. Tomorrow, if we get a big launch, we could see this try to retest 535. If that breaks, 536 is next. If we get another breakdown, I'll be watching the 20 EMA followed by this low down here. So we're going to have to wait and see how things end up going. In my personal opinion, looking at the way SPY is moving, to me, it just seems like we're range bound right now. We just have to wait and see how things end up going. But I just want to make it very, very clear that the hourly time frame just shows a tightening, and SPY is getting ready for a big move tomorrow. So that's going to be key for us. I can't promise which direction we're going to go in, but I'm going to be open-minded nonetheless that SPY is holding up very, very well. And we just have to wait and see what the data gives us. So that's my warning for everyone. Whatever you want to kind of presume is going to happen is what you should be open for. For Nvidia, we have this big gap over here. I know you can't see it because I have like the extended hours. Basically, this whole area is going to be a gap all the way down towards 1160. If the data causes a dip and Nvidia loses 1187 to 50 EMA, there's going to be a this gap fill all the way down here. If it breaks above 1200, we'll be looking for a push towards 1225. And overall, I would favor that. There is a risk of Nvidia coming down to fill the gap. So we will see if this causes the markets to decline a little bit more. But for now, it's just range bound all day, back and forth price action. So we're just going to have to wait and see. On top of this, for Tesla, like I said earlier, it's still range bound. We have 180 as resistance. We have support down here at 173. It's been going back and forth for almost an eternity, guys, like an entire month of just being stuck within this range with just a couple of exceptions, but it's for the most part been stuck. Now for Tesla, we'll see if we get a big break or not. If it breaks 180, we're bullish. If we close above 180, we're bullish. If we lose 173 or close below that, we're bearish. We'll just have to wait and see how things go. For the QQQ, we have resistance currently at 465, this range up here, and we have support all the way down here at 462.5. If we lose this, we'll be looking at 461 and 460. So in my personal opinion, we are looking a little bit weak. We are kind of trading sideways right now, and I think this is going to be heavily dictated by Nvidia. If Nvidia gets a big drop to fill its gap, this may drag the QQQ down alongside other factors like Aapl. If not, it is what it is, but so far we're just waiting for a big move. Apple's the same thing. We're just range bound. We have 195 as support, 196 as resistance, and we're likely just going to go back and forth, at least for the time being. If we lose 194.8, we're going to look for a bigger dip, but for now, we're just going to wait and see how things end up going. For another couple of factors, I just want to say that Coinbase pushed all the way up towards 264, a little bit under that, and our support's over here around this 256 area. If we were to lose this, we'll be dipping all the way down towards 253. So I'll be watching these levels very carefully, and then we'll have to see how things end up moving. But if we do continue to fall, then that's going to be key for what ends up developing from here. But in my personal opinion, Coinbase hit the resistance, is slowing down a bit. There is a risk of it dipping little bit lower. So we'll just have to wait and see how things go from here. But like I said earlier, Bitcoin, it pushed all the way up to the 72,000 targets. Now we're in a position where Bitcoin we could see a little dip in Bitcoin if we end up losing our 50 EMA right here. Could get closer to about the 70,000 area, which is completely fine. Bitcoin is still holding up well, and I think that this may dictate price action of other crypto, coins out there and such. So that's going to be key. A few more. We also have Amazon showing a lot of strength. It's actually breaking past 184. Looks very strong right now. I think 185 plus is coming right over here. So we'll see if it breaks that or not, but that's going to be tested. Meta has been dipping a bit. So we're watching 492.74 support. If we close above this, we could bounce. If we close below this, there's going to be a risk of it dipping down towards lower levels, back down towards, in my opinion, 486 to 488, around that range. So we'll see how it goes. The memes are running. We have GameStop on fire, hit resistance at almost 50. Now it came back down, but there is potential for it to push, and we're forming a very, very nice cup, in my personal opinion. So this could easily kind of dip a little bit before trying to continue to push higher, and the chart still looks bullish overall. Now, you could even argue that this is like the cup and handle right here. Like this could be a cup, and then the handle's already here. And, GameStop's about to run harder, so there's a very good chance that's going to happen. AMC as well looks pretty good right now. We're actually holding it very well above this support. So I'm actually looking at this level right here. We're above 5.3, so that's a good sign. I want to see it break past 6. If we break 6, we're going to look for a big push. If not, we're going to kind of shuffle for a bit, but there is potential for making a nice cup. Looks bullish overall. All right, guys, that's it for my update. The market closes very soon. Just know that before the market closes, this is going to be your last chance to exit any positions unless you hold overnight. If you do hold overnight, most likely if you're holding options, then you'll have to hold through the big unemployment numbers, and we will see what that causes for the markets. The market is range bound for the most part, showing some signs of tough resistance. So we'll see how things go with the unemployment numbers tomorrow. So I'll be very open-minded, and that's my warning for everyone. All right. Thank you all so much for listening. I will be back in just about maybe 2.5 to 3 hours for another update that I'm going to be giving you guys, and then we'll have to see how things kind of like progress from there. So that's going to be pivotal for the way the market moves moving forward, and we're just going to be very, very patient and open-minded nonetheless. All right. So thank you all so much for listening. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. I'm kind of late today. I was kind of busy earlier during the day, just working on other things. So that's why I'm kind of late right now, but I'm going to try my best to come out earlier, maybe 1 hour before this, and for my next videos, 1 hour before this timing, to just give you guys earlier updates. But with that being said, thank you for listening. I'll see you guys in just a couple of hours for one more update where I talk about what's going to likely happen for tomorrow amidst all the big data. And until then, peace out, guys.